Hi there, crafty peeps. Kathy Childs Morrison here. Just here to share with you the finished product. This is part 2 of my video on the Boomerang box swap in my Facebook group, Beautiful Junk. My partner was Trudy, and if you look at part 1, you can see what I had to work with. The idea of these swaps is that you send to your partner the things you want your partner to alter your box with. And so I'm just going to show you, because I'm actually going to return some of this stuff to Trudy. I did something a little different. So she sent me these old 1920s, yeah, from the 1920s veterinary, I guess they're prescriptions. I'm not just sure. It's difficult to read. Looks like they might be bills. Don't know. But anyways, they're very old and they're pretty cool. And so what I did with them was I made a mishmash on my computer and copied them onto some, actually it's cardstock. Let's see if I can find the original. Ah, here we go. Nope, that's not it. Oh, shucks, I guess I don't have a piece left. Well, anyways, it was actual cardstock with this color in the background. And you can see that I've just copied the those prescriptions onto that cardstock. And then I copied it again onto white. So I made a few sheets, and out of those sheets I cut and covered the box, top and bottom. So that's what I did to cover the box. I altered quite a few of the things that Trudy sent. One was this, that frame was actually originally silver. If you look at part 1, you'll see that. This is actually a copy. I didn't like the shine, and I didn't like the plastic that was in this frame, so I took the shine off by photocopying it, and I'm going to return this to Trudy because it's a personal, really lovely little postcard. So that's what I did with the frame. I used most of the little flowers that she sent in the one packet around the box. I used the two glass discs that she sent me, glass pieces, and I adhered them both to, I don't know how well you can see that. I'll try to adjust the light here a little bit. Might just reflect, but yeah, there's medallions. Anyway, I guess she punched and stamped them. I'm not sure if she did them herself or bought them, but they're like this, only much smaller. So that's what's underneath these two glass pieces. And then the third one, well, there were 3 little birds on the postcard, so I cut the third bird out and put it behind an additional glass piece that I had in my stash. So I cheated it a little bit. She also sent these, this is a flower that she sent, and there was also a butterfly on the package, and I'll show you later what I did with the butterfly. This fleur-de-lis came broken, and I patched it up and attached it to the one of these wood pieces. And there's another wood piece here and a third there, and I'm sending the fourth one back to you, Trudy. There's also this disc. This is really neat. There we go. If you can see, it's gone metallic. I've used Tim Holtz Distress Paints on it, and burnished brass or tarnished brass, I think is what I used on it. And this one I used copper and then some broken china, and then on top of that the tarnished brass as well, so it's got some shine. It's really quite neat. This was a chipboard piece, and I just bent it so that it would have some dimension. What else have I got on? Oh, here's, okay, this is one of the little little charm pieces. I don't know if you can tell, but anyway, it is it looks like the face of a compass, and then there's this a coin and a little bird and this piece, this metal piece that I decided to pop the pearl off the center, and I've used it again elsewhere. I used just one of these paper rivets. I really liked how it looked. Pardon my fingers. I really liked how it looked in the middle of that metal piece, so that's where I used it. I do have one more of these wooden pieces. It's a little wooden flower up underneath this. Turn it around so you can see. So it's up underneath there. It's just giving some dimension. And I think that's it. Oh, and these, of course, these daisy flowers. So that's it for the lid. I did put the rose trim around the lid, and I had just enough to do around the lid and around another piece, and I had exactly the right amount. So very happy about how far that went. I'm just going to turn this sideways for you so you can see that there were some little, what I thought looked like little flower pots. I put them on the bottom for feet. I think that was what her intention was. And I used Tim Holtz Distress paints to color those up. So, and I found some, I just want to share this with you because usually I use these 6,000. It takes overnight to dry, and the feet are the last thing that I normally put on in this. I've just discovered this, actually I discovered a while ago, but I really started using it. This Loctite 465. This instant adhesive is instant, and it's like hurricane glue. It's amazing stuff. You have to keep it sealed. Don't get it on your fingers. It's like crazy glue. It's amazing. It's very expensive, but I say well worth the price. The few drops that you use on a project, I'm just astounded at how well it works and how things adhere. So that's the lid, and that's the bottom. I did, I applied all the papers, by the way, with matte medium, and I sprayed it to seal it with Americana. So, what's inside the box? I'm returning some things to Trudy that I didn't use. Oh dear, sorry, the rivets have fallen out. I didn't use these. A few little trinkets, the odds and ends, but I just couldn't work them in, Trudy. So I'm returning them. I didn't use the stickers, so sorry. I wanted to, and the bowler clip. I think that's kind of cute. A bowl clip, sorry, bowler clip. Okay, what did I do though? Well, there was a little kit, and it had this burlap, 2 pieces of burlap, and some. It looks like paper string, and there wasn't much else in it. Oh, there were some jump rings and stuff. I think she added other things into it, but at any rate, I decided to do like a little sewing book or a needle book. So I've done a couple of stick pins, 3 stick pins here on the top. One little blue flower was left over. I used Tim Holtz Distress paints on the boot. The boot was another piece of chipboard that was included in her swap. She provided me with 2 of these lovely doilies that I've used on the spine. So I'll just open this, and this key. So I'll open this up and show you what's inside. Oops. Oh, I got my stick pin all the way through. There we go. Okay. So I just put I've pinned a couple of appliques. I've used felt for the pages. I had to add something for the pages. Some little pins. These are little flower and a needle threader and some different needles and thread. And this is the other doily that was provided, and I stitched straight through the middle so that it would stay down. Some more appliques and crochet and some buttons. These are really neat pins, safety pins. They have no loop at the bottom, so anyway, they're pretty cool. And some hooks, and that's the little book, front and back. So I'll set that aside. Trudy also provided me with 2 dominoes. This is one of them. This key, these 2 clips, and this is the butterfly that I was talking about that came with the flower in a package. So I actually cut the butterfly in half, and I used the curly part of the antlers, what you call those feelers or whatever, on a butterfly on another piece, which I'll show you. And what I've done is I've taken the whole half butterfly off so that it would sit properly on this piece. And I also needed to do that because I needed the beads for another another part of this swap. So anyways, so there's the butterfly, and this sentiment says, so happy, memories with you, cherished moments. And this comes from not sure if it was Prima, but it was packaging from this swap. I can't remember what was on this packaging, but what I did was copy it onto white cardstock so that the lettering would show up enough that you could read it. And then I cut them out and popped them up. So she's got a sentiment on this little ATC. And this background paper is actually a copy of the packaging. I didn't like the shine, so I just copied it onto white cardstock and adhered it down. I edged it with orange. And on the flip side is a bit of that paper that I created from her prescriptions. So this is what I've created for you. Oh, and also this was red, or a deep bright pink red. And I found that it was actually water-based color. So I washed it off as best I could, and then I added some orange, so it would kind of go more with the orange butterfly. And again, I did the same thing with the green, and I've used permanent ink on it. On the back, I used 3 bales. You can see that there are bales underneath to hold these the clips. And I put a strip of fridge magnet or magnet, whatever. It'll attach to a fridge anyways if you like, Trudy. So there you go. That's what I did with your lovely key and your clips, your domino, and various odds and ends. And now, there's the other domino. And that's what I've done with the beads I took off the butterfly, and with the pearl that was in the middle of the metal piece. And this is from the butterfly again. And I don't know if you can see it, but I actually put a headband on her. It's blue, and it's underneath. And it was from some eyelash that Trudy sent me, and I just couldn't think of how to use it, but I trimmed off a little piece of looks like a tiny, skinny little braid. And I trimmed that off and put it on a hairband for her. I originally used silver leafing pen underneath this rose trim, but it just wasn't enough. It needed more, so I put the rose trim. And I silver leafed the top of the key, and I attached it top and bottom. I attached the key to the bottom again with a bail, and a jump ring that Trudy provided, and I just closed up the end of the chain that she provided, and there you go. So that's a piece that I also created with some of the things that Trudy sent me. So, oh, the other thing that I did with the blue rose trim was this, and that rose trim was just exactly enough for this swap. Anyway, it was a lot of fun, Trudy, and thank you so much for your patience. I know you got a little bit antsy towards the end. I've been working my little buns off to try and make sure I can get this out to you. And, you know, I just wanted it to be special. So, anyway, I hope you like everything I created for you. And thanks, everybody, for watching. Bye now.